Hey all, and welcome back for another round of HellfireComms Patreon TV Comms. Today we are continuing the epic Crisis on Earth X storyline from the CW line. I believe it's The Flash this time, Volk? Do we have the episode number for that?
Yes, it is The Flash, Season 4, Episode 8, to be precise.
Alright, well last time Overgirl and Dark Arrow made their move, and they attacked our heroes. They stated their intentions, which is basically to perform some kind of heart transplant from Kara into Overgirl, because like Overgirl's dying and whatnot, and they're rounding up the rest of the heroes and throw them in a fucking concentration camp. So that's where we are right now. So I think we should just get on and watch this.
Yeah, it's the penultimate one. I'm expecting some good things. Although we haven't seen anything from the Legends of Tomorrow, so I imagine they'll be showing up pretty soon to help that tie into the fourth part, which will be from DC Legends of Tomorrow. So I'm hoping to see maybe some Captain Cold in there, maybe some Ray Palmer. We'll have to see though.
It's funny, one of the dudes in Legends of Tomorrow, and I apologise for a quick aside here, I forget his name, but he plays Rory in Doctor Who actually was absent, the character, when we did Vincent and the Doctor.
Oh, okay. Well, if you can remind yourself of his name, do let us know.
I think it's Arthur Davro, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, guys, this is how we do comms. Check the video description. I'm just basically going to tell you to check it out these days. That's what we do. And you can find unique metadata for each video in there, just so you can find them more easily online. And we're going to get right on into it. Crisis on Earth X Part 3, aka The Flash, Season 4, Episode 8, in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Joyous celebrations were to be had last time, but these two were like, marriage.
A wedding was about to happen. A wedding got quickly shot down. A wedding was blown the fuck up. A lesbian one-night stand happened. Nazis appeared. Heart attacks. Surgery. Yeah!
Part 1 was pretty lit, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. Part 2 was a bit clunkier, I want to say. I don't know whether that's just because it was Arrow, and now we're dealing with The Flash, it might be better, but who knows.
I think maybe it was a little bit on the slower side, but I suppose that was mostly because to help set the stakes, where the previous one was kind of just like, hey, shit's happening, and now we get like the reason why the shit is happening.
Okay.
Alright, and to answer your question as well, Arthur Davro was indeed in Legends of Tomorrow. He plays Rip Hunter.
Ah, okay.
Which could just be Rip, it could be Rest in Peace Hunter, which might be a bit peculiar, but it is a meme that I am all too familiar with. Yeah, starting off very, very dark and gloomy, so I wonder how they're gonna get the hell out of this. They are under very heavy supervision, their powers have been suppressed, so maybe there'll be a man on the inside, or maybe there'll be someone who comes crashing through the gates and just starts causing all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, it would have to be like a superhero or an anti-hero who uses like, I don't know, hand-to-hand combat or whatnot, because like you said, they're being suppressed. I guess they'd have to be bulletproof as well. I don't think Luke Cage, he's Marvel, I think.
Yeah, Luke Cage is Marvel. I mean, if you're looking for an anti-hero in this universe, I mean, Captain Cold fits that quite nicely in a way. He's not exactly super-duper criminal, but in some continuities and what have you, he does end up in situations where he ends up playing the hero reluctantly.
Oh, we can't do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if the Flash could do something, he would have vibrated through that shit, like, ages ago.
I would have loved if they, like, cut away from Barry, cut back, and there's just, like, an outline of the Flash.
It just sort of, like, blinks like in the cartoons, like, ding, ding, ding. Wait, where'd he go? Hey, I'm over here! I mean, you don't have superpowers, but you had kung fu, don't you? Or some kind of martial art. Just kick the crap out of a few people, cause a riot, and then we'll sneak off via the distraction. It'll be fine. It'll work. It can't possibly go wrong.
Now, we have actually watched an episode of The Flash on this channel before. I forget what it was called. I want to say Encore or something like that. It was the musical episode, and it was actually quite entertaining, but I don't think we'll get anything as jovial here, sadly.
Prison music. Gonna see Miss Eliza, gotta go to Mississippi.
No, I think the producers would be a little bit more on the nose, given the subject matter. No, you can't scream. Oh.
So, what are you in here for? Everything.
Literally everything. So yeah, these dudes have been kidnapped and whatnot, they've been stuffed in cages. I have the plot here just to make sure we're following along and whatnot.
I'm not sure if giving him the ball was perhaps the best idea. They should have maybe frisked him beforehand. I thought I was going to use it to break out then for a second, but no, he's just going to be annoying.
You don't know, he might be slowly breaking the cage apart by throwing the ball.
Well, I mean, if his multiverse counterpart is anything to go by, yeah, I'd wager more on the side of annoying. I mean, he may be all well and good in that universe, but he probably still has a rebellious / evil streak, but not enough to be, like, threatening, more just to be an annoyance to people at will.
That's right, I can walk! Surprise!
It's Jesus himself blessed me with this miracle just to perform this heart surgery for you. It does not get much more exclusive than that.
So yeah, she's been bombarded with red sun radiation right now.
Which will weaken the Kryptonian. So, I'm wondering if he'll still need to use something like a kryptonite scalpel or anything like that in order to actually pierce the skin.
God, that must be really, really awkward, or just difficult for the doctors if you want to, like, go for a routine checkup back on Krypton.
We can't really open up your skin, but then again, I suppose on Krypton, they have the advanced technology. I mean, Brainiac before he went batshit insane and started killing everyone, he was the advanced supercomputer. He can just scan you, and he can tell you exactly what's wrong, and then, like, use nano machines and what have you to try and fix the problem from the inside out.
Oh boy, here we go.
The way he was doing that, I thought she was just like lavishing her with butter. It's just like, yeah, we just gotta butter up this side and then butter up the other. That could be taken in a very, very bad context.
Whoa, it's almost like they wrote it with that double entendre in mind.
As crappy as it was, yes. I'm gonna put it in her. I'm not creepy in the slightest.
Ah, yes, we have Iris, and where are you? I can find you, Felicity. They're working to rescue their friends at Star Labs.
Ah, so a little bit of sabotage, perhaps, in the electricals or the security system, perhaps, might be in order?
Yeah, possibly. I do like how we have, like, fighting on multiple fronts here. Like, in the other world, we have, like, Barry and his group, we have Iris and Felicity. Here, Cora's on the operating table, so she's not really doing much, admittedly, but she's looking pretty, and that's fine.
She's fighting the fight in the only way she can at the moment, by looking pretty. This'll be a good chance to escape. Hint, hint. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Hey, say no more. You know what's funny? David Cage, master auteur that he is, had a similar scene like this in one of the routes of Become a Human, Detroit, as it were.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah, because, you know what? I'm not going to go into that, because it will make me sad just trying to justify fucking Detroit story beats.
It's okay. We can just put it down to David Cage and leave it at that.
Huh? Do you recognize them?
For the people, it was the most important day in the world. But to me, it was Wednesday. Because he is Bootleg Bison, and he's coming over to threaten you subtly, perhaps not so subtly, and then shoot you in the head.
Oh, I see, we got multiverse shenanigans going on here. Who is this, exactly? Oh, I think this might be Quentin Lance.
Ah, well, he certainly seems charming. I wonder what he's like at the family gathering. You're all filth!
Dirt beneath my boot, pigs in human clothing.
Good turkey, though. Can I have seconds?
Alright, the Quentin Lance of the Flash universe is apparently deceased. He was the mayor of Star City.
Oh, okay, so now he's sort of I guess sort of a higher up, but still not quite running the whole show.
Well, this is a different version of him, remember? Earth X version.
Oh yes, this is true. What are they doing? Are they hoping if they just throw enough gang signs, like someone will eventually come to their rescue?
That's how it usually happens in comics. Oh, no, you can't do this. Superhero antics are not allowed here.
Well, Mr. Lance is very much in tune. He knows what's up. Up, so that I may shock you a second time!
So did you develop that accent? What's going on here?
I get the feeling this is intending to be their grave.
Well, you know how Nazis do. They have death pits, they have firing squads. Their fashion sense leaves a lot to be desired. That's the worst thing, really. Also, a Hitler me beat me in Mario Kart Wii Online one time.
We'll never forget. Imagine if he just took him out there just to show him his, like, massive moat that he's making. Just like, yeah, I ducked this all out in, like, a few days. Isn't it great? Alright, back in the cage.
Why would you cover his head specifically? Or is he just, like, there to make an example?
Probably an example.
Oh, ice, you say?
Ah, that looks like the worker Snot, who looks a lot like Cyclops.
A little bit, yeah. Captain Cold is pretty base in the comics, I'm not gonna lie.
I do love Captain Cold's gun, though. Like, he's not really a superpowered thing, but he is a bit of a dab hand with an ice throw.
Oh yeah.
You know, an ice wall would be great right about now, you know, cover your escape.
Isn't that more like Killer Frost sort of thing? I'm not sure how powerful Cold's tech is, to be honest with you. I don't really follow his work all that much, apart from like crossovers and whatnot, like in Blackest Night.
I think he's one of those characters that can vary. Like, this gun can be sort of very basic and just like freeze dudes, maybe fire a few icicles here and there. But there are other times where you can do all sorts of crazy stuff with it. So I guess it kind of depends sort of like if he's fresh off the block Captain Cold or whether he's the more experienced Captain Cold.
Oh. The Ray, I believe.
I have to admit, I'm thinking if the Ray is someone I know of before, but I've never actually heard of him before.
Really?
No, I honestly haven't. But then again, that may be because I'm kind of selective in my DC viewing experience, perhaps.
Yeah, same. I am a bit of a Marvel shill, you know? I'm sorry, but DC, when it comes to movies and whatnot, are kind of lagging behind in that department. And me being a proper mainstream pleb, I'm sorry, Marvel just hasn't my attention.
Well, it kind of helps that they're trying to keep things regular and consistent, and now that they're obviously done with the big overarching story that they have done, it kind of leaves them free to experiment a little bit before maybe dabbling into something else. Oh no, that is dangerous. That is dangerous thinking, lady.
Just tempting your alternate universe self. Come over to the dark side. I might be dying, but look on the bright side. I'll be alive soon and you'll be dead? I don't know where I was going with this spiel, I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's fine, you could just go with, at least I'm not strapped to a chair. You could not be strapped to a chair too if you just accepted things.
I know you're dead, but what am I?
She used the profanity. That's not the Supergirl we know and love.
Well, you know she's a Nazi when she says the crap word.
I'm amazed that's the only prerequisite.
Yeah, well, Earth X works in mysterious ways.
You know, this is probably quite childish of me, but this is the point where I just keep prodding her, and she's just like, no, quit it! It's just like, and how are you going to stop me?
Ugh, when I get out of this red sun, I'm gonna punch you so hard I'll feel it.
Ah, but you didn't count on this. Got your nose, and soon I'll have your heart too. Think on that. I wouldn't get too close to that if I were you, Overgirl. You know, the red sun hurts you just as much as it hurts her.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, got him.
But remember, soon, you won't. Then we'll see where that snark gets you.
I'm not entirely sure if Iris or Felicity have any kind of superpowers, so I'm guessing they're gonna have to play it really stealthily if they're gonna get out of here alive.
Well, they may not have any powers, but I'd wager they know a thing or two about how this place functions. And they both work closely with superheroes. You just know they picked up a trick or two.
Good job, guys. You let the dainty woman pick out a wire and take your guns from you. Professionals!
You know, I'm fairly sure it would not have been taboo at all to just shoot them at that point, but I suppose we gotta keep it within the age limits and what have you. Well, that's inconvenient. Come on! Hack 'em!
I'm not even sure if she was actually altering anything on that. It was just like, oh, the computer's doing it itself. That's really convenient.
No, she's like one of those sorts that knows it'll do it by itself eventually, just kind of pressing all the things on the screen pad just to make it look like she's doing something, and then she can take full credit for it.
Oh, I see. Is Ollie gonna, like, masquerade as Dark Arrow?
That would be the smart thing to do at this point. Go in incognito, maybe learn a few things from the inside, bust out Kara in the process, get out of there, find a way back to their world.
Got him.
There is no good or evil, there's only shades of grey.
Or green, because, you know, Arrow. And red. Cartoonish red.
That too.
I can't get over fucking Barry in the concentration camp still in his Flash outfit. Why wouldn't you change his clothes first?
I don't know, maybe it's just like that tightly onto his skin. You could just like, you know what, it will just be better if we just leave him in there, you know. It may just be also just to set an example, you know. Parade him around as the Flash, and hey, look, he's in a concentration camp. You have no hope.
Actually, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
I wager it's not going to be that simple. It's just like, yay, there's a way back. But
does one of us have to stay behind to activate it? That would be a real pisser.
yeah, that's usually how it goes with these sort of things. Although I'd wager maybe they don't want to end up using it for longer than they have to. I'm willing to bet these guys are looking to just destroy it, just to kind of stop things here and there. Wait a minute, is that the dude from Dude, Where's My Car?
I don't know, but that awkward moment when a character makes himself really important and is dramatically framed, but you don't know who he is because you don't watch these shows.
That's fine, that's fine. We will learn as we go, as they say. I suppose it makes sense. I mean, if you don't exactly save this world per se, but you at least stop it from spreading to other worlds.
Yeah. Oh god, if only we had a fast superhero capable of travelling at extremely high speeds.
Yeah, shame we don't have anything like that, or anyone like that. Well, guess we're just gonna have to blow it up.
Can you get this guy a fresh pair of clothes, please, instead of the fucking concentration camp garb? It's really awkward.
No, he's gotten himself really comfortable, and he knows as soon as he starts taking it off, like, it'll be really, really cold.
Oh wait, no, these were just my pajamas. Sorry, I forgot to mention.
Yeah, it was just like taken away in his sleep. He couldn't have a chance to get out of his PJs. So it's just like, I'm just kind of comfortable in these right now. I think I'm just going to wear them until I have to go to sleep again. So, some of you may recognize Captain Cold's actor, as it were. He is a one Wentworth Miller, and if you are in any way familiar with Prison Break, you would know him as Michael Scofield.
Oh.
Apparently, he's also played Deathstroke in Young Justice in 2013, and he's also played Chris Redfield in Resident Evil Afterlife.
Oh, I know who this actor is. This is Jeremy Jordan, and I'm pretty sure he plays Varian in Tangled, the animated series. He is a pretty fucking lit singer, and he has a great song. It's really fucking good.
And Tom hype is the best kind of hype.
Well, Richie has stoked the flames of musicals in my heart, and thus it burns forevermore.
Well, better to let it burn than to flicker away and fade.
I suppose so. This is the leader of the Freedom Fighters, by the way. Winslow Wynn Scott Jr.
That is an amazing name.
Well, technically it's shot, but still.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but not me. Not me specifically, an alternate universe version of me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've had this exact same conversation before in a past TV com. This is the part where you go 5 minutes. If you're not out there by then, you're going kaboom as well.
Get it done in 2. Exactly, like, why should he care about an alternate Earth? His one is the one that's in the shit right now.
Actually, there was an episode of Star Trek Voyager I remember watching where Chakotay, Kim, and the Doctor are trying to travel back in time to stop Voyager from being wiped out or something like that. And there was this whole thing where Captain LaForge comes in and is like, hey, power down your weapons and we'll talk this out. It says, sorry, but if we do this, we could save millions of lives. It's just like, well, that's all well and good, and I'd probably be doing the same in your shoes, but, I got my own crew and what have you to think about. And that's pretty much this exact same situation.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I get this irksome feeling in my stomach that they're throwing all this attention on the Doctor, only to plan to kill him off at the end of this episode?
Oh, that would be a shame if someone looked at the plot just to make sure we were, like, keeping up and whatnot, and, oh god, Earth is gonna explode. No, I'm just kidding. It's not happening.
Man, really? But what the hell's the 4th episode for? It's just like a blank, it's just like black, or maybe just space. Nothing else in it.
That was the ending of a Doctor Who episode, by the way. What was it called again? Oh, I think it's, the Pandorica opens where all the stars die in the sky.
That sounds pretty heavy.
Yeah, a gun. I got a couple of guns in here. Yeah, I'm packing alright.
I'm not gonna get back to Mindwell, but I'm sure as hell getting out of this one. Click. Not a lot of action so far. I'm hoping it will kind of pick up later on.
It's a very slow episode, yeah, but I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. I'm actually liking how it's shot a lot more. It feels a lot more professional, for lack of a better word. I'm sorry to shit on Arrow, but it seemed like very basic, like, in terms of staging, in terms of, like, character writing and so on. Maybe that's just how Arrow is, but Flash is 2 for 2 for me on the writing front so far.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if it is the camera work for me, but there is just something about it that just gives it a certain air of just being presented or demonstrated better than what it did in Arrow in terms of, obviously, the camera work, maybe in terms of the character interactions as well.
And if we do, we'll just go out and buy another sister. They're 10 a penny nowadays.
Yeah, there's like 32 other universes. All we have to do is hop across to another one.
God, I wish I knew what she was talking about.
It's more of trying to convince her, I know you have to save your sister, what have you, but maybe you shouldn't try and shoulder the burden all by yourself.
Okay, thank you, based Volk. Explainer of things.
That's what I do. He's taking off the pajamas!
Changing into an identical pair of clean pajamas. I'd love if that was just his superhero outfit.
No, his superhero is just like this, like, dressing gown or just like this bathrobe. It's like the next step. You just put on your bathrobe and your slippers. You go out into the bathroom, you know, you brush your teeth and wash your face and what have you. And then you go out and kick ass in that same outfit.
And then, like, Superman doesn't want to punch her because he's like, damn, how could I assault someone that comfy?
Yeah, and then he's getting into the fist fight like halfway through. He's just like, shit, I forgot to shave. Could you just give me like 20 minutes?
I didn't realise Captain Cole was gay in this one.
I'll be absolutely honest with you, me neither. More to the point, I had no idea that people would fall for someone with cold hands.
Yes? Maybe he likes it. Who am I? Who am I to judge?
Maybe he's a cryophile. It's like, this ice cold only makes me ice hard.
Ah, Jesus.
Meanwhile, at the diorama that looks like it's made entirely out of chocolate.
Guys, is this really the time for a D&D campaign? I'm sorry, Barry. It's a Friday, and we always do game night on a Friday. Okay, you're back from another D&D campaign. That's very rude.
Have you been playing D&D without me? It's just like, look, just calm down. It was one night you were... Oh, I can't believe you do this to me! What we need is a disguise.
Wow, he's smart. He can shoot arrows. He can do everything.
And he has all the money he could possibly want.
Is Ollie rich in this continuity? I'm not sure.
I'm not entirely sure, but Oliver Queen, as far as I'm aware, has always been a bit of a rich kid. I don't think he's ever been as rich or richer than Bruce Wayne, but he's certainly been up there.
Yeah, for sure.
He is a part of high society at the very least, or he's at least an influential businessman.
Damn.
I guess there's no kryptonite required in this operation, they're just gonna go straight in.
I hope he hums the operation jingle while he does this, just to make it that little bit more light.
And the doctor's there thinking, and where's my kiss?
God damn you, Volk, I'm trying to take this seriously. Those were for charity, Clark.
Ah, you remember that episode as well. Good on you.
Well, it's more a thing from the comics, but I'm pretty sure they had their own bants in, like, Superman the series, or Justice League, and so on.
It's usually widely confirmed that the Flash is faster than Superman. Sometimes monumentally so in a pinch, but most of the time, just under normal, unstrenuous circumstances, Flash is always faster than Superman. Because, you know, it's the only fair thing to do. I mean, he only runs fast. If Superman could do faster than him, you know, what would be the point?
I feel it. Oh, okay, it was just a touch-activated wall. The Braille room. How dare you enter my Braille room?
He starts rolling around in the Braille and just starts reading it out to himself. And it's just 50... No, the Braille room is just the entirety of 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, God. Can't swear on the CW, it's fine.
Oh, you know she wanted to so bad though. It's just like, she's thinking, is the watershed over yet? Better not risk it.
They should have called him, like, you friggin' Mother Furas or something.
Mother Furies would have been a nice workaround. I'm frankly shocked and disappointed they didn't go with it.
Oh no. That was a kryptonite beam. It's Metallo.
Metallo looking like he's a Sentai CG in this.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna shoot you. Oh wait, no, we need her. Never mind.
No, I tell you what it is. Usually Metallo's a little bit bulkier. Yeah, in this he kind of reminds you of just like a Necron warrior in Warhammer 40,000.
Wah wah.
This so reminds me to a certain scene in Endgame, but I can't say it.
Oh, I think I know what you mean, actually, yeah.
We'll leave it at that. I don't want to put any Endgame spoilers prematurely.
God, can you turn on the fluorescent lighting? Jeez!
I demanded blue RGB lighting. It's like the headquarters was made by someone who was building a PC for the first time and discovered that you could have RGB everything and thought, no, you know what? We'll just take the whole room and just put, like, light strips everywhere. It'll look great. You would think that the Nazi Oliver Queen would say, hey, by the way, there may be some doppelgangers going around. We should probably have like a code word, you know, just to make sure that we know we're working with the authentic me or Supergirl or the Flash. Well, I suppose for the Flash is irrelevant, but, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. But I'm not gonna call it, like, a plot hole, 'cause it's not really, because the story still works without it.
No, I mean, for something like this, you could just put it down as, like, a convenient chink in the armor. Something that they didn't think about. As scheduled, but, sir, it's meant to be 2 hours from now. He's not the real one!
A lot of fancy things happening here, but I'm not entirely sure what it is.
Well, I guess we know which ending they picked in Mass Effect 3 now.
God, how long ago was that, Vol? Get over it.
No, we were talking about Mass Effect when I was playing board games yesterday, and my mind just went back to that and thought, hey, it's the Mass Effect 3 ending!
Alright, let's see where we are here. While posing as Dark Arrow, Oliver discovers the Nazis' doomsday device, a timeship called Wellenreiter, a militarized equivalent of the Legends Wave Rider. Oliver allows the timeship to enter Earth 1 to avoid jeopardizing his cover, and so on.
Ah, fair enough. So they've created essentially a version of the timeship for themselves so they can go around and ensure that Nazism reigns supreme throughout the multiverse.
I guess so.
I see what they're doing, I see what the game they're playing. Very subtle, I like it. You know, it's not the usual, hey, let's just arm ourselves to the teeth with missiles and Panzerfaust and just go in all guns blazing.
Yeah, that one is like the rise of Nazism, except a fucking giant game of Command and Conquer, really.
More or less, and in some cases it literally is Command and Conquer.
Okay, guys, we seriously need to install proper lighting. I don't know how no one's gone blind yet.
It's not so much going blind, it's just like maybe your vision starts getting blurred, you start losing focus in certain areas, so you're like trying to read a sign from the other side of the room, but you can't focus on it because all the lights is just fucking with your brain.
I think things are coming to a head here. Felicity.
A nice roll of VR there, sir. This actually reminds me from a scene in Transformers Shattered Glass as well, where Cliffjumper ends up with the evil Autobots, and like Optimus Prime takes him down to the slag pits and say, hey, we'll let you do the odds, we know how much you liked the executions. Amazing comic series.
Come on, Ollie, you can shoot her if you're the real Führer, aren't you? Seems a bit inefficient to do it right in the office, but who am I to judge? Yeah, good job, Ollie. Good job. And you, without your arrows and whatnot, really, could you call yourself Arrow at this point? God, stop shouting. Stop throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, why would he not just shoot at that point? Like, he knows at the moment, like, within 3 seconds, he turns the gun around on him. He knows he's gonna get the load of heat on him. Just shoot him! These bloody superhero types, always PG, always so inefficient.
Not a single bullet.
Don't worry, you'll be off screen so you can actually fire it at people.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Also, this is empty. I'm sorry, I really should have given you a full one.
I should have really checked the clip before I gave it to you. And then she's like going through the corridors. Quick, stop her! Click. Oh, shit.
Surprisingly, little amounts of Flash in this Flash episode, but I guess that's a crossover for you.
Yeah, it really is. I would imagine, personally at least, if you were going to put it on, like, the actual show that they're in, that they would feature a bit more prominently, but I guess in this thing it doesn't apply. Everyone is kind of on equal footing. Is it just me, or does he seem like he's just so anxious about blowing up because he, like, spent, like, his entire allowance on these explosives and he really, really wants to use them?
Oh, when you have your heart set on something, and you're that young and impetuous, you just want it to happen, really.
It's more as well, you've been planning for it since forever. Hey, it's Red Tornado!
Yep. I really enjoyed the Justice League version of Thingamabob.
Very good. Red Tornado's always been one of those really interesting characters to me. Like, even though he's like mostly a side piece, so to speak, but he's usually pretty good. You know, he's a cyborg, he's nice and buff, he has the wind powers. He occasionally gets broken and then gets rebuilt. Oh, there's a major creep factor emanating from that guy. How about I take you to my braille room?
Would you like to find the Regis? Thankfully, I have the Prima Guide.
It's like, I have the Whale Lord, you have the Relicanth.
Let's meet somewhere in the middle. It's okay, I'm here. And, God, can you get me a trolley, please? I'm about to collapse.
Just get me out of these goddamn scrubs.
Can you stop vibrating your hand now? It's very off-putting.
The glowy eyes are off-putting as well. Like, is there any reason for it at all?
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, then he puts it in. You fool, that's a self-destruct sequence! And it's just like, wait, did the explosives go off? No. It's like, damn it, I wanted to blow it up!
There you go, the power's back on. Well, sorry about that, Kara. I know it's a bitch when you have to wait for your operation to begin, but we'll get on with it now.
And then it goes off again and they realise they hadn't paid the electricity bill.
That's good. I like that. Take your loved ones with you. It's all good. He's gonna fucking die, isn't he?
If a doctor part of a firestorm doesn't die, he certainly is. Medieval weapons, apparently. Hey, if you got like a spiked flail in there, that would be just the motherfucking tits.
This is the switch we need.
And before the Flash just starts flailing a mace around, just running around everywhere, clobbering people. Yeah, I love medieval weaponry!
Oh, I'm like a grounded helicopter.
Speaking of Firestorm... Like, somewhere on the floor, they're just flinging around because it's like too cold. Just like, no, you're freezing my gonads, man!
Frozen gonads. Effect thousands a year. Mostly in the city that cold frequents, but still.
It's like this is an appeal from Oxfam. Every single hour, thousands of people suffer from cold testicles. And now only you can help. For just £2 a month, you can supply a hot water bottle to every male in the county.
I'm sorry, Barry. I can't let you go any further.
You know, I know how the way that he gets around is that he, like, sort of rotates, like, his waistline. But if it were me, I'd be also simultaneously doing the split, so it's like a massive propeller going forward.
God almighty.
But then again, he is a cyborg, so he's a lot more tactful than I am, thankfully.
You know what fucking Red Tornado is? He's one of those, like, dragonfly dancers that you pull the ripcord and he just goes flying.
Quick, we need a fireplace, this is one weakness. I did actually own one of those. I'm pretty sure it's still, like, in the loft somewhere in my old house.
There we go, it's firestorm time, baby.
Hell yeah. Oh, maybe not. It's time to send the old man to do my dirty work.
Hell yeah. Well, we have to be in two separate places at once, so I guess splitting up is just rational, really.
I guess so. I mean, it's a shame they're not, like, part of the X-Men, because you can have, like, that one dude can make several clones of himself.
Oh, what the fuck was his name? Many Guy? Lots of Dude?
I like Lots of Dude, so if that's not his name, it's his name now. And then Barry was flung into space and he died in the vacuum. The end.
Poor Barry. You can't run where there's no road.
I tell you what, Ray kind of reminds me a little bit of Marvel's Nova.
A little bit, yeah. Do you know he's getting a movie?
I did not, but if he is, I'd be intrigued, because I feel like the Nova Corps don't really get a lot of exposure, so it'd be nice to actually see Nova actually get down and dirty.
Well, I mean, Thanos fucking wrecked, like, the planet with the Nova Corps on and took the Power Stone, and we never really got to see that.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. Like, maybe they'll do that and work it into, like, the sub-story or something like that. So, like, maybe they'll do events before then, and then there'll be, like, a post-credit sequence where that event happens. But it always struck me as a bit odd, considering that the Nova Corps are actually meant to be really damn powerful.
Oh, I'm gonna freeze all of them. Oh, yeah. What a day. What a beautiful day.
I wish I put larger eye holes in this visor. They're shooting at people, but it's okay. They're not hitting anybody.
So yeah, that's fine. We can keep the PG rating.
And they're just firing guns, like, at the roof, not really aiming at anything, just like, yeah, I'm helping!
I can do it! Superman! Da-da-da. Oh.
Bullet in me. Oh, at least he didn't take, like, several seconds to die.
Well, rip Firestorm, I guess.
Unless that serum helps in some way or another, maybe he kept it on him? Let's hope he did, otherwise they might be a fair bit fucked.
So, there was Crisis on Earth X Part 3. There was a lot of happenings, not too much action, so of course I'm going to have to rate it 0 out of 10, because I am a smooth-brained player, but I was fairly satisfied with the story and whatnot. Thankfully, I do have the wiki to keep track of stuff, because these videos do not have subtitles, and obviously we're doing the yakety yak yak, but there's a lot in motion here. You know, Red Tornado's on his way, the fucking Wellenreiter is off doing its thing, the Doomsday device, and so on, and obviously Martin has been mortally wounded, so yeah, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah, I mean, it'll all come down to what goes on in the Legends of Tomorrow, so it will be a case of they'll have their version of the ship, maybe they'll get into like a firefight and we'll have sort of like a Star Trek style battle going on, maybe. Or perhaps they'll have their ship teleport their ship to a point in time, disable them both, they're in, stranding them there, and then maybe they'll just sort themselves out from there. But yeah, It's gonna be interesting, just because there wasn't a whole lot of action in there, so I'm wagering they're probably gonna leave a large brunt of it for the end, for the big climactic battle to bring the whole thing together, but I felt like maybe there could have been ever so slightly more, to be honest.
Yeah, well, we can't always get what we want in TV shows, but we still have one more to come, and thank you, Marcia Cuervo, for commissioning this, as always. We shall see you guys next time for the conclusion of Crisis on Earth X, and, well... Let's hope Kara is ready for that open heart surgery. I don't think she's going to survive it. Let's try and make that not happen. We'll see you next time for the conclusion. Bye-bye.
See you later.